Hi, welcome to Reads and Threads. My name's Kate. Hello if you're new here. Welcome back if you're joining us again. We are 3 weeks and a day from me starting this left of HRCYED 2.0. And I want to try and get as much read as I can to fulfill as many prompts as I can. And I think I'm doing pretty good so far in June to attempt that. Now, as of filming, it is Sunday, June 14th. We're about the middle of the day and I just washed my hair, hence the reason it's wet, and you'll probably never see it like this again, ever, because I usually would wait and straighten it. Oh, the little monkeys. So I've just seen that my new little kittens have been eating my book. So luckily this is not a copy that I'm that fussed about, but I'm going to have to keep that in mind because they must have done that while I was not in the room. I thought we were going pretty good. I reckon they've only just done that. Anyway, not what we were after. These are the little rascals, and this is Raven and Lucy. They are my 2 new kittens. I've had them for the last week and they are just still getting used to what they are not allowed to do and what they are allowed to do. They are currently watching the drain in the bathroom, so that should keep them entertained for a little while. I'm gonna have to be a bit more careful at where I leave my books, I think, and hope they don't attack anymore. Okay, so purpose of this video, I thought this would be the start of a vlog. I just had the idea that I would vlog my attempt at getting as much read and see where we end up at the end when HRCYED finishes on July 6th, the day before 3.0 starts, which is what kind of brought me around to this. I was just printing out the new prompts and I thought about putting together my TBR, which I will be doing and will be a video that is coming up. Super excited about that. And I just thought, I'm reading now in the attempt to get as much read, so let's vlog that. I have recently finished Red, White and Royal Blue. I listened to the audio of this one and this is going to be for my Rainbow Challenge for the pink book. It was the first one I could get on audio, which is how I decided how to pick it. Did not love this. I really enjoyed the movie. This one though, I found it cringy and way too much politics. All the pet names, no. And maybe that's just the cynical single person in me. I couldn't deal with the romance. And this is where I struggle with a lot of romance books. I find them too much. They're too over the top, too in love, too saccharine sweet, too many pet names. But then the politics in this, I was like, I could not give an F. So yeah. I only got like 3 stars from me. I won't be keeping this one. Actually, it might have even only got 2.5. 2.5, I think, in the end I settled on. I won't be keeping this one. This one I will be unhauling. But I just thought we'd get up to date with the ones that I'd read for this challenge as of now. I am so close to the end of this. I'm on chapter 83. I was going to take this one to work and pop it in the collection, but I won't be doing that now. But I am really enjoying it. That is When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker, who I met the other day and absolutely loved meeting her. But I don't know that this is going to actually help me with any of HRCYED, which is a little unfortunate. This was my Adventures in Aldia prompt. This is on my 26 priority list for 2026. It is possibly helping me for something else that I can't think of right now. It is a very handy book that I am in the middle of. The reason I picked it up when I did, other than that it was for Aldia, was because I was meeting her. So I was trying to finish it before I went to the event. That didn't happen, but luckily I didn't get spoiled. So there is that. The other book that I am in the middle of is Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. This is the first in the War of Lost Heart series. It's been a highly anticipated read for me. I really enjoy the Carissa Broadbent I've read so far. I have listened to about 30%. I am on page 153 at the moment. I thought this would probably be the first book that we vlog a little bit more in-depthly. and will probably be the first one that I end up finishing for HRCYED specifically. This is also on my 26 priority list, but I'm reading this for the trilogy for my series Staircase. This one is hopefully going to be pretty quick. I've really been enjoying the audio so far. We are following, now let me see if I can get her name right, Tasana, who is a slave at the beginning of this book and ends up being able to buy her freedom, or attempts to buy her freedom, and in the end actually ends up killing her owner and running away in the hope of joining the orders, which is in another land, and she has been told that she has the ability to join the orders, she has magic. Even though she's half one race and half another, that shouldn't stop her. She is put down for it. Her skin has multiple shades, and I can't remember exactly what that is called in real life, but I'll pop that up on the screen if I can come across it. And she's really affected by that. She doesn't get as much money because of this, and she's not wanted as a slave even at the beginning because of this, even though she has magic and is talented. She does manage to make it to the orders and ends up getting put with Max Antarius, who is a member of the orders but hasn't shown up and taken on an apprentice. Apparently you need to apprentice with the orders for 6 years, I think it was, before you're actually allowed to join, which does not work with Tasana's time frame at all. She wants to go back to her homeland, free all the slaves, and overthrow the government. She is a dancer, or she has had to learn to dance as a slave, which is why I am reading this for audio as well, because I needed to read a book with a dance as the main plot, or the main character's a dancer. She does dance. I'm taking it. It's a win. And that was in the first chapter, so I was like, awesome. So this is again going to get used for multiple things. I love this edition that I did manage to get my hands on. My hope is to finish this, then read Children of Fallen Gods, and then read Mother of Death and Dawn, which is the third book. We'll see how we go. I have all of these on audio, as well as owning this edition of the second one. I do have the third one in these editions pre-ordered, but that's not going to come in before I need it. So if I can knock these ones out on audio, that would be awesome. The second one, I don't know will work for anything other than the series Staircase to finish off my trilogy, but we will see. I need to do a fair bit of rearranging on my spreadsheet, I think, to see what exactly I need to get done. I also have a lot of other books that I'm hoping to get to. I could knock out a few TV shows, like the TV show for adaptations. I could hopefully watch a play online instead of reading the play. I'll do a little bit of filming. I'll hopefully do a lot of reading. And let's see how much I can actually finish of HRCYED 2.0. Okay, hello, I owe you a vlog update. I have been busy. So I have now finished Daughter of No Worlds, which is book 1 in the War of Lost Hearts trilogy by Carissa Broadbent. I did end up having a pretty good time with this one. I enjoyed both Max and Tasana. I found the introduction of Reshe really interesting. I wasn't expecting that. I have gone into this series blind. I don't know anything about it other than the fact that I'd heard really good things about people absolutely loving it. When I picked this up to read, I was using it for my Adventures in Audio prompts because someone said that she was a dancer, which worked out really well. And I then had tried Carissa with Serpent of the Wings of the Night. So I knew I enjoyed her writing style. And I do enjoy her writing style. It is really good. The audio is the way that I am consuming this trilogy, and I don't know if that is the best. I'm not vibing very well with the male narrator. Not that he is bad. I just feel that his voice isn't right for Max. And I don't know what it is. I don't know why I am feeling that way. He's got a perfectly fine voice. It's not a mad voice. It just isn't necessarily working for me. And they've kept the same narrators for the second book, which is awesome. But yeah, and yeah, it is what it is. I do need an audio. They're not bad audios. There is a speed difference between the female narrator and the male narrator, which is a little annoying. So I've had to find kind of an in-between speed where she's a little bit slow now, but he's a little bit fast. And seeing we're going with that because I want to read the books. They're good. It left on a really interesting spot that I was still eager to continue on with the trilogy. I finished it and started the next one straight away yesterday at work. Hello. We might have a visitor. What are you doing, Lucy? So if you hear anything off to the side, that is Lucy being a rat bag and exploring. But yeah, really enjoyed my time with it. I think it is a very interesting world setup. Tasana is conquering and excelling and getting what she wants, sometimes to her detriment, and to see how she overcomes what has been put in place now will be really interesting, and to see how she gets out of it. I did enjoy her relationship with Max. I thought that was interesting. There's a bit of banter, which is really well done. And overall, it is a good introduction book. I gave it 4 stars. So this is the first book in my series Staircase. Idea is to go through the trilogy. So like I just said, I did then start Children of Fallen Gods. I am now about 2 hours into the audio, so I'm on page 73. We kick off right where the first one left off, pretty much. We have been introduced to a couple of new characters in this one, which is really intriguing, and stuff has gone down. At the end of the first book, we've picked up, we're learning more about Max and his past, about his interactions with, I can't think of his name, the commander, Zareth? I'm pretty sure it's Zareth. And that kind of stuff. And I was just, as I was trying to figure out exactly where I was up to in the book, because I go out and listen to the audio in my car, it had stopped mid-chapter. And so I'm halfway through a chapter, but I am at a stopping point. But I was following along, like I know a lot of people do, where they, what's it called? Listen to the audio and read the book at the same time. I'm just not thinking of words at the moment. But it's different. The audio had, like, it was only a couple of extra words in it that the book doesn't have. And so then I was like, how much of that is happening and I just don't know about it because I'm consuming one form over the other? Like, did the audio come out first? Did they redo the book? Like, which happened in what order? So that was interesting. And so now I don't know what to do. Should I just be reading the books physically? But in saying that, I'm in the middle of other books physically. So yeah. I do wonder if maybe I would be enjoying this slightly more if I was reading it over doing the audio version. Like I said, having an issue with the narrator's voice for Max, but it's still really good. It's easy to consume. It's easy to listen to. I do worry that I'm missing bits because of that disconnect with the narrator, but hopefully not. Like I said, really enjoying it still. And I also think I might be able to use this for a prompt for a romantasy bingo, which would be great because I did have another book obviously kind of tentatively slotted in there, but I think it will work for that. So hopefully I can kill a couple of birds with one stone and do that. The other book that I have started is The Raven Scholar by Antonia Hodgson. This was just on my general June TBR, which is awesome that I'm getting to it. It is a chunker. This has also been one of my highly anticipated reads. You can see I've got the Lot Library version. Or is it a Luma Coat? You can see I've got the Illumicrate version just up there, which I absolutely love. So I was hoping that this is going to be like really high up for me, 4-5 stars, which is possible. The one thing I am kind of shocked about is I thought that I would be able to use this for my animals prompt for HRCYED for like zoo animals, because I knew going into it that there was all these factions and they followed different animals. So raven, tiger, boar, all this kind of thing. And I thought there may actually be animals in it. I am currently on page 70, chapter 7. There are no animals. It's just they've been put into factions, and then the people's traits kind of match the faction that they have. So at the beginning, we are introduced to Yana, who is going to meet the emperor, and her father actually was a traitor to the crown. And the emperor, I guess, has power for 24 years before a new one is chosen from the factions, and they go through all these trials to determine who's going to be the new emperor. So she goes to see this emperor. They've been living kind of in poverty and really ostracized by the rest of the community because their father, the lady's husband, was a traitor. So they're shunned pretty much. And when they get to the emperor, he offers her a spot at one of the 7 factions to study and gives her a second chance. She said, your father put this aside. I'm willing to give you a second chance. And then her twin brother betrays her and says that she is a traitor herself. She still kept her father's colors even though she wasn't meant to, and pretty much gets her exiled and killed. So I was like, whoa. We then meet Nima, who is 8 years later is part of the Raven fact section. And now we're seeing the story through her eyes and her interactions. She is from an extremely poor section, and the emperor is coming to the end of his 24-year term, and he had allowed her pretty much to be able to go to these factions to study. He had said, no, not only this ruling class should be allowed, everyone should be. So it was his changes in governmental policy that allowed her to be able to do that. So she, though, has gotten to the position that she is currently in by writing up the exile notice for Yana at the beginning. So it's all kind of interconnected. It's really interesting at the moment. I'm liking the description of the factions and all that political power play that's going on, what we're setting up. The one thing that I obviously am disappointed about is at the moment we don't have animals, but also these down the bottom here. Like, there is no need for footnotes ever. I do not understand them. If I can't get this information in the body of the text, there's no point. And I haven't read a single one, and don't feel like I've missed any pertinent information within that. I think from when I've been glancing through, when I realized that, because I'm reading the Kindle version, not the paperback, though I have this as an option to pick up. When it's like, this one says, literally, there was no entrance exams in Ant and Rasa. Like, who cares? If you can sneak in without being spotted, you're welcome. Like, great. But if you can't tell me that in the body of the writing, then there's no point for it. It's obviously been taken out. Like, if you had that in originally for a reason, like, I don't need that little added bit of information. I don't find it useful or helpful or interesting. So I would have preferred that they weren't in it at all. I find them annoying, as you can tell by my little mini rant there. Hopefully there aren't too many and they stop. Just flicking through, it does look like they maybe stop soon, and they've just more been trying to use them in the world building setup, but set me up a world without them, please. I am enjoying it. It is easy to read and consume. I'm interested in the characters and how it's all going to connect. And we're going into some trials to see who can become the new emperor. Or empress, I guess, the new ruler. So that'll be cool, because who doesn't love a good trial setting? Whether I can actually use this for animals, we will see, because if there's no actual animal, I'm not going to be able to. So that might ruin my plan there. And it is a chunk of a book. So how likely I am to get through very many more that could possibly fit for that prompt, who knows? I have also started my TV adaptation for adaptations. My plan was to, I don't know if you can see it, it's higher up. Originally read and watch both versions. You don't have to do that. And so because we're so far down to the wire, I probably won't be doing that. And I thought I'm going to at least watch the TV show. I haven't watched it. And I was planning on watching The Expanse season 1 and reading Leviathan Wakes. I do now own Leviathan Wakes, so at some point that will probably come up and I will give it a go. And I went to go on to find The Expanse on one of my streaming channels, and I realized Off Campus has been released. I wanted to watch it. Why not just use that? It was adapted from The Deal by Elle Kennedy, and I've heard such good things about it. My niece has watched it like 5 or 6 times already. And it is really good. I am up to episode 5, I think, at the moment, Thanksgiving. So I'm going to get back to that. That will be another one ticked off, and I'm enjoying my time a lot. I would actually like to give The Deal a go, so I may end up picking up that book as well, and definitely adding that to my TBR to give it a go. And I have heard really good things about the rest of the series too. Not a huge romance reader, but I do find that I'm super intrigued after watching these TV show adaptations to try the books as well. Yeah, we're coming along. Sorry about the bad lighting. I just had an epiphany and I had to share. So I listened to a little bit more of Children of Fallen Gods this afternoon, and it was another Max chapter, and I don't think I heard any of it. The narrator just is not for me. So I just thought, could I not get the audio for the Raven Scholar? What was that like? So I looked it up, and it turned out I couldn't borrow it. I did need to use a credit on Audible. I did have to purchase more credits, which is a little bit annoying, but I've done that now. And it's just one narrator for the Raven Scholar. So I think that's going to work a lot better. I've been listening to her narrate just this little bit of this chapter. So I think that's going to be perfect. And I also obviously already own the books for Children of Fallen Gods. And I have the Mother of Death and Dawn from the library. So I will get the same edition as this. I do have to pre-order it, but that's not going to come in time. So I borrowed it from the library the other day, so I can definitely read them physically. But also today, there was a deal that came up on Instagram for my Kindle, and Children of Fallen Gods is available on Kindle Unlimited. So I think I get 3 months Kindle Unlimited for free before it starts charging me again. So that's going to work out perfectly. So I think I'm going to now switch, listen to the audio for the Raven Scholar and read Children of the Gods. And I think that's going to work a lot better, and I hopefully will enjoy them a lot better. Yeah. Something about his voice just wasn't working for me. Hello, I was just sitting down to do a little bit of reading on my Kindle, and I realized you're in desperate need of an update. So yesterday, I think it was, I did finish The Raven Scholar. I did really enjoy this one. I've given it 4.5 stars. It just was missing that 5-star feel for me, but I had such a good time. I did in the end, like I said in a previous video, end up switching this out from physically reading to doing the audio. And the audio is really good. I really love the bits. There are sections in here where you are hearing the story from like a, what do they call it? Like a spectre version of the Guardians. And they were so cool. The way that she did their voices, I think, worked really, really well. So highly recommend the audio version of this if you haven't picked it up. I love that, like this book so much, because I really love this edition, and now I get to have it out that way if I get too many books and I don't get to have it face out, because I've read it and it was great, and I am looking forward to continuing on and seeing what happens. This is going to be a trilogy. Hopefully it doesn't take her too long to get the next couple out. I was extremely worried in one of our last updates that I wasn't going to be able to use this for the animal prompt that I was hoping to use it for, but there was a proper tiger in this, and by the end you met a lot more animals, but I'm counting that tiger as my zoo animal, and no one can tell me otherwise. So I have hopefully now with that fully finished my animals are better prompt, which is awesome. because I finished that on audio, I needed a new audio. So I did start Serpent and Dove. Now, I don't know that I was necessarily going to use this for anything for HRCYED, but it was on my TBR. It was one that I had on my want to read list for a fair while. I think I just found it while I was looking around at work. I got about a chapter in and I've DNF'd it. So this one was one that I just picked up secondhand. I will probably take this into work and see if we could use a newer copy, but I will probably be unhauling this one. It just wasn't for me. It just really wasn't for me. So in the end, I then started a new audiobook. This one will end up working for HRCYED, which is awesome, for my Even Bigger Rainbow Challenge. I need one more color book, and that is the orange book. And some lovely viewer, who I can't remember your name, so I'm very sorry, commented that I could use book 3 of the Bridge Kingdom series, The Inadequate Heir by Danielle L. Jensen, as my orange book, because the physical paperback for it is orange. I'm not reading it physically, and I don't know that I'd necessarily say that there is a lot of orange on the audiobook cover, but I'm gonna just pop up the physical book cover for you now, and it is definitely orange, so I'm counting that. I think I'm in like chapter 3, so I didn't end up getting a huge amount read today, but I think this is gonna be a lot better, and I'm going to end up enjoying that one, hopefully. So in that one, we are following Keris, I think is how you pronounce his name, and he is the brother of Lara, who was the main female main character in the first duology. And then we have met the female main character in this one. I can't remember her name. Zara, I think it was. She came up a little bit at the end, or a little bit in the second duology as well. So that was awesome. I have a couple of cute little kitties. Wanna say hello? Yeah? No? You don't? No? Okay. Hopefully they don't get any big ideas and go for my books again. To give you an update, I am still halfway through Children of Fallen Gods. Physically reading this one is taking a lot longer just because I haven't had a huge amount of time to read. So I'm only getting through like 30 pages at a time. Lucy is at the bottom of the tripod, so if it wobbles, that's why. So I'm nearly halfway through, which is what reminded me that I needed to give you an update. I am enjoying this one a lot better physically reading it. I definitely think I was missing stuff, like I said before, with the narration. So glad I did switch, and I do think I am going to end up enjoying this one a lot. And hopefully I will get through this fairly quickly now, because we are currently on the 25th of June, so I am running out of time. But if I can get that one and Mother of Death and Dawn done, then my series staircase will be finished as well. The Inadequate Heir, Mother of Death and Dawn will finish off 2 prompts, and then I will hopefully get a Breaking of Realms read, and that will finish off my rewards prompts. But awards prompts, not rewards, awards. We'll see how we go. Hello, I'm here to give you an update on The Inadequate Heir. I'm about halfway through now, I think, and I am really enjoying it. I'm getting through this one a lot quicker than obviously one I am physically reading, Children of Fallen Gods, but I am really enjoying The Inadequate Heir. And it's weird because we're following different characters. I'm pretty sure I said this in my original update, that we're following Keris, who is Lara's brother, and Zara, who is the heir to the other kingdom. So there is 3 main kingdoms within this world, and we're following 2 of the heirs. Whereas in the first one, we followed a king and the daughter of a king. It's interesting because we've jumped back in time a bit. So we're kind of following how Keris's storyline was playing out in the first duology, which is interesting. I quite like that. It took me a little while at the beginning to get my head around the timeline, but I've got it now and I know exactly where we're up to. Like, I couldn't remember exactly how things had happened in the second book. I'm all over it now and I'm really enjoying it. I'm liking Keris as a character and Zara, and then them coming to realizations about the war that their 2 countries have had for generations, and that they are possibly the ones that will need to make changes and deal with the fallout if they can overthrow the sadistic king that is Karis's father. So it's been really interesting. I'm really enjoying it. It's gonna fit so well for my orange prompt. I'm really enjoying Daniela Jensen's writing style, pacing, and storyline. The banter between the characters has been good. And I'm really having a good time. I'm glad I picked it up now and didn't leave it a super long time between reading the last two. I think that would have been to the detriment of the story, because I definitely think I would have forgotten too much about what was going on. But yeah, I'll let you know my overall thoughts at the end probably now, and hopefully I can make some progress with the Children of Fallen Gods today as well. I thought we would have a little bit of a look at the spreadsheet and where we're up to. I can add in the last couple of things that I've been reading into the tracker, which I haven't done yet, and then see what I need to log, because we're getting down to the wire and I don't want to be logging everything on like the last day. Although at this point it might be a good idea to do that. I do have a list of a heap of things I think that I still need to log. Where did I write it? Yeah, so my reshuffle kind of list of what I was going through. But I also, like I said, have started and finished a couple of books that I haven't updated on my spreadsheet. So let's do that together and we'll see where we're at. This is the spreadsheet. So hopefully you can see that. I'm liking the amount of green on there, though obviously I would prefer more. But let's head over to the tracker. I am in the middle of Children of Fallen Gods, but I haven't written down anything for the Raven Scholar. So let me get my notes, which are a little daily spreadsheet count thing that I do. You might not have been able to see that very well, but I have written down like the number of pages that were in each book, how many I read a day, how much I read for everything. So we started the Raven Scholar. Oh, I know this bit straight away. I gave the Raven Scholar 4.5. I really enjoyed my time with it. It does have a series title. Okay, so that's in there. So I started on the 14th. Now it was 643 pages. I'm using that for my animal prompt. And I finished it in the end. In the end, it wasn't just ebooks. I did physical and audio because I ended up switching up and finishing it off as an audio. So when did I finish it? On the 24th of the 6th. Okay, so it took me 11 days. It was a chunky book, but that's okay. And I then straight away started Serpent and Dove, which I DNF'd, so that won't go in this one. And then we'll go The Inadequate Heir by Danielle L. Jensen. It will be a June book. Now, that one I am listening to the audio of, and it's going to be 1910. That is going to be for my Even Bigger Rainbow. I would have said it was a fantasy romance. It is an orange cover, which is why we wanted to use it. It's a non-earth setting. So is that one, and so is that one. And I started it on the 25th. So that is awesome. Okay. So we have finished the Raven Scholar, like I said. So let's jump over. Oh, the other thing I have done in adaptations for TV show, I'm not doing The Expanse anymore. I used Off Campus. So let's just get a little image that I can pop in there for that. There it is. Much better. Okay. Let's put it in the center. I tried to read the graphic novel. Graphic novels are not for me. That's not going to happen. I don't get it. The likelihood of me getting this modern retelling done isn't great. I possibly can still do the play. I'm not going to be reading Wild Robot. So I've got a different one. So we do need to log Off Campus as our TV show. Okay. let's have a little bit. So we also finished not the disability challenge or heritage months. Translation challenge isn't going anywhere. The even bigger rainbow, we will have one hopefully to put in there soon. Here's the animals. So we are going to put in Raven Scholar as my animal for zoos, and then we have another one ticked off. So they had a tiger, and I did write down the name of the tiger, but I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. But there was a couple of other animals that I think work, so we're doing. We clicked, you did it. So let's jump back to the actual bingo board, and animals hopefully are now highlighted, which they are. Actually, while we're doing that, let's just jump into my graphics and scroll down. We have 5 for 5 now. I don't know what happened with that. And another one. I feel like this hasn't been updated properly. My series staircase, I am 2 away from finishing, so we'll update that. Actually, have we popped in on the series staircase? No, we haven't. So let's put in as well Daughter of No Worlds, because I have finished that, which is there. Yay! Okay, and then Children of No Gods we can pop in there when we finished that. What else? Did I, for the rainbow challenge on my graphics? No, we are only 1 away from that. So let's fix that. And let's just double check over here that, oops, I missed it. Where is it there? Oh yeah, I put it in there. So yeah, we're only 1 away from that one. Awesome. All right, all the adaptations we have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finished. So let's double check that that's right. No. Oh, because I was gonna do it that way and I'm not. So technically I don't need to do the 16. It is only 8, I think it was. You could do both or either or, which is fine. I was very, what's the word? Optimistic in my ability of what I could read. So let's make that 5 of 8. That one we're not going to be able to get done. We got 1 more left of award season. Make a quote's not likely to happen. That I've given up on. I've given up on the challenge. Q's reviews. I don't think I could figure out a different book. Like I did make some changes. That is now 2 of 3. So that's slightly better. But other than that, I don't know that I'm going to be able to get to that other one. No, we're still 1 away from that one. Heritage Month. We can highlight off now. I like changing the colour down the bottom so I can see which ones I've finished. Still 2 away from that. Where's Heritage Months? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I put in Red, White and Royal Blue for Hispanic. 5. Done for Heritage Months. So 5 from 9, which makes that look a little bit better. Pretty happy with that. I'm going to log some of these books and we'll go from there. I'm in the middle of editing another video and realized that I didn't talk to you about me finishing The Inadequate Heir, which I did a couple of days ago. I did enjoy it. It wasn't my favorite of the 3. I think I've given it 4 stars still. Just there were a couple of things that I didn't overly love about it, mainly that we were pretty much following the same storyline as the first 2 books in that series. So we're just seeing it from different perspectives. So we're seeing what played out in the first 2 from Karis and Zara's perspectives. We do get a little bit more info into their relationship, but I knew how kind of it was going to end at the same time. So didn't love that. I also didn't love Karis so much as a character. I really was leaning towards not liking him much at all by the end of the book. The way he started acting and his decision making, questionable, which does lead me to be a little bit worried as to where his character is going to go in the next book, which I am still interested in continuing on with. I did really enjoy the audio. It is very well done. There are some scenes though that I prefer probably not to be listening to and rather be reading them physically. If I was reading, if you know, you know. And then some of the sound effects I could definitely have done without. But yeah, overall, it was a really entertaining, good time. It lets me get that orange prompt, which is what we were wanting. So I have now officially finished the Even Bigger Rainbow, which is awesome. At this stage, I don't think I am going to finish the series Staircase. I am still in the middle of Children of Fallen Gods. So that one's taking a lot longer to read. Though when I'm reading it, I am enjoying it. I'm not finding enough time to physically sit down and read, which is my problem. I have also now started A Breaking of Realms by Jasmine Young. So I'm doing the audio of this. I got it on Audible. I think there was some kind of deal where you got the audio if you had the ebook. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure, but I have both of them, so I could technically read and listen at the same time. I've never really liked that much. So I am just listening to the audio. It's okay. I'm not loving it. It's easy to put on and listen to, but I wouldn't say that I am actually fully engrossed in the story. I'm finding it a little confusing. We're following Scold, I think is how you pronounce her name. And in this world, they are dragon riders. And if you're able to claim a dragon egg and have it hatch, you can then form a realm if you have enough dragon riders to be able to do that. Then there are elves and that kind of stuff. In the end, Scold finds a dragon egg of a fallen rogue dragon, but from another realm. It's very confusing. I'm definitely probably not selling it, mainly because I'm confused. I don't mind the world building in the sense that you find out a little bit about the world as you go, as she is finding out about the world. She has an older brother who left home like 5 or 6 years ago, and she hasn't heard from him again since, but he does come back right near, I don't know, he came back a few chapters ago. I think we're about 20% through, maybe a bit more now. And she found out that he's this kind of famous dragon rider now. He's about to become a king somehow. He has enough dragon riders under him that he has the ability now to create a realm and become a king. But he's still the second to a prince. One of the things that I really find pulls me out of the story as well, though, is when you're listening to it, they use words like aminals instead of animals, but they don't mean an animal. I think they're referring to a type of elf. That it's those slight play on normal words that I find really hard to not focus in on and let go and not be completely consumed by. And that just throws me fully off of the whole story, and then it's all I can focus on, and every time it comes up it's what I focus on. So not loving that. I don't know at this stage that I will be continuing on with this series. This was the book I needed as my entrant, which was an entrant for Spiffbo, I think is how I came across it for my awards prompt. So once that's done, I think it was a good try at the moment, but not loving it. It may change as we go on. At this stage though, that's where I'm up to. Hopefully we've got 6 days left before, 5 days probably now, until it all completely wraps up. I still need to log my reads. So once I've finished Children of Fallen Gods and A Breaking of Realms, I think that's it and that's me done. I'll pop back onto the spreadsheet once those are done. We'll completely wrap it up, see how many we got done and what we ended up with, but that will be my HRCYED 2.0 journey over. Last night I did finally finish Children of Fallen Gods by Carissa Bourman, which is book number 2 in the War of Lost Hearts trilogy and was going to be my trilogy for the series Staircase. It's not looking like it's going to happen now, but I have finished the book, so it is technically one closer to the end of that section. I didn't do as well with this one. I ended up changing, like, you know, from the audio to physically reading it, which took a lot longer. Like, it just was a lot slower to get done. I didn't find myself really fully immersed and wanting to pick it up. So when I was reading, I was only getting through like 30 pages maybe, and then that was it. So it did definitely take a lot longer to get done. I did just sit down yesterday and just go, I'm only just over 100 pages left. I can nut this out and have this be done. I don't know that that's the best way to be leaving a book. I do really like Carissa's writing style. I just don't know, maybe it was the audio narration of Max that just kind of got it off to a wrong start. It's such an intriguing system of magic. And then I think I would definitely use this one in my romantasy bingo board. I think I'm going to swap out A Voice Inside Your Head for this, because Rochelle definitely is a voice inside someone's head, and the hard prompt for that is for it not to be an animal companion, and that definitely qualifies for hard mode. I am intrigued to see how it ends, but I do think I need a break. Now, I'm not going to be able to finish the third one. This one will also really work well for HRCYED 3.0 because it has mother in the title. I'm probably just gonna still end up using it for HRCYED, just not HRCYED 2.0. So yeah, I will finish it. We'll see how it ends. I am looking forward to reading more from her going forward. Hello, I've got 2 little kittens on my lap now. So yeah, that's my update. I am still in the middle of A Breaking of Worlds, not loving it. Probably won't continue on with that series, like I said in my last update. We have, what day is it? 4 days left until 3.0 starts. So we'll see what we can get done. Hello, okay, so it is currently Saturday the 5th. I've been having a pretty relaxing day today, but yesterday I did decide to DNF A Breaking of Realms by Jasmine Young. I got about 43% in the end, so about 7 hours into the audio. And what are you doing, monkey? And I think we weren't vibing. I was very confused. I didn't really know what was going on with all the realm making and the amount of dragons you needed to be able to become a realm, or the age that they needed. It just wasn't working for me at all. I wasn't that invested in listening to the audio, whether if I was reading it physically that it would have worked better. And I'm finding that maybe a bit more with epic fantasy. I need to be reading it physically, possibly, but I'm not invested enough to try that either within the time frame that I'd set myself for that book. So that one is done and dusted. Unfortunately, that means I don't have anything to fulfill that last spot in my award prompt, but I think I'm just going to now log the books that I have got that I haven't actually logged yet, because there were a few purple prompts I was waiting till I'd done them all. So we'll log the ones that we did do, and then we'll just have a look at the overall total that I ended up with and see just how I did overall, how many books I ended up reading, what percentage I managed to complete of it all, and yeah, go from there. So as you will have seen, I have my planning video out for HRCYED 3.0. I'm super excited to start that in a couple of days. I am reading other books at the moment while I wait for that to start that obviously I won't be able to include, but that's okay. So at the moment I'm reading like my book club book and that kind of thing. I'm really proud of myself for how much I did manage to get done of HRCYED 2.0, and I just had a lot of fun doing it. And planning for the next one is also a lot of fun. So hopefully you have enjoyed this video. Let's just jump and have an overall look at everything that I did manage to get done and the percentages, and then we'll wrap it on up. Hello, okay, so this is the end. HRCYED 2.0 has now officially finished. So let's have a bit of a look at how I ended up going. I did not get as much read in this last few weeks as I was hoping. Unfortunately, there are a couple of squares that I didn't manage to mark off. So overall, my end board looked like this. As you can see, of the 25 prompts, I have fully completed 10. So about 40% of the overall bingo board was done, which isn't great. But when you're looking at the amount of individual books I read and how much of the other squares I did manage to complete, I'm a lot happier with that number. I'm not by any stretch of the imagination very good at maths. So I'm hoping that these are correct and they're just as correct as I could get them. Of the entire challenge, from what I can tell, I would have needed to have read 186 books to complete every square. Now, I obviously could have doubled up on some of those, which would have brought the overall number down of the actual books I needed to read. But when you add up each square and the amount that was needed for each prompt, it comes out to 186 books for me. And so of that, with obviously some books counting twice, I read 141, which means that I actually completed 75% of HRCYED 2.0, which I am very happy about. Like I said, I did double up on a lot of those books. So overall, in the course of this challenge, I have actually read 104 books. So I am very happy with that. That is such a huge number. I am so happy with it. Some of them didn't end up working for prompts at all. Others, like I said, doubled up on prompts. So it just was how it worked out. There are some prompts I didn't end up even starting a book for whatsoever, and others that I was so close to finishing but just didn't quite make it. And I think I need to prioritize for HRCYED 3.0 some of those harder challenges a little bit earlier on. I had ideas about doing a couple of videos that didn't end up working out, so I really want to work on that for HRCYED 3 as well. So hopefully you will look forward to seeing a bit more HRCYED content coming from me over this next 12 months. I have had, like I said, through this whole thing, such a great time with HRCYED. If you haven't given it a go after watching this challenge, you're inclined to. If you've seen any of the other challenge videos that are going around the internet, highly recommend. It's lots of fun. And if you don't finish it, it doesn't matter. It's just to try and push yourself to read some more, read different things than what you're reading already, and give some stuff a go. Like I've said in other videos, HRCYED 3 has a whole heap of new prompts, different ways to play, so definitely go and check it out. Overall, I'm super happy and proud of myself for giving this a go. I had such a great time doing it. And now I just want to beat myself. Ideally, I would love to finish HRCYED 3.0 completely, fully black out the board. I would love to get a bingo next time, if nothing else. But I just want to actually get more of it done than what I managed to get this time. If I can just beat myself, I think that that's going to be a win. And if I can't, I'm not going to be overly hard on myself either. Like I said, just for fun, had a great time doing it. How did you go? Did you have fun with HRCYED? I'd love to know how you officially went now that it's all done. I did end up logging as much as I could. I did end up keeping some of the purple prompts away, so I didn't log my trilogy because I didn't end up finishing it, so I didn't log either of the two books for that. So there was a couple like that, like my quote. I'd only read 4 of the 8 books that I needed, so I didn't end up logging those officially either. Yeah, did you have fun? How did you go? Were your expectations of yourself met? Like, just let me know how you went. I'd love to know. Are you planning on participating in 3? What one are you planning on doing? Have you started? Have you read your first book? I have not officially read my first book for 3.0 yet. The ones that I am in the middle of at the moment, I started before it started. So, and I was officially starting on the 7th. But can't wait to pick up my first read. I'm so close to the end of the 2 that I am reading now. So hopefully in the next couple of days, I can get started and officially be participating in 3.0. I hope that you've had a great time, that you enjoyed the vlog, and look forward to seeing more HRCYED content coming your way. If you would like to, please do hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. It would mean the world to me. There are a fair few more of you now than there was before. I think we're nearly at 600 subscribers, so I would love to hit that goal. Thank you so much for those who have recently subscribed and those that keep coming back and watching my videos and commenting. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. As always, I have linked down below my Goodreads, my Storygraph, and my Instagram if you'd like to come over and follow me on any of those. My Instagram, I am endeavoring to improve. I know I don't post very much. We'll get there. I hope that wherever you are having a really wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.